Good morning, my friends. Thank goodness it's almost Friday. Let me get my glasses. They are somewhere on the floor because OJ's been knocking stuff off. Ula said good afternoon. Well, good afternoon, Ula. Hello, Avi. True Crime Beats in the house. We have our Slim Shady. We have our resident expert on this case, Amy in Boston. Welcome, Amy. Amy said, I love your new warnings, Brooks. Air it all out and get going. All righty, you got it. Hello, Danielle. Woo, let me tell you what. Old Teardrop, Step Meth, and Methy Mouse could mess up a wet dream. It took 2 years for anyone to alert law enforcement that Harmony was missing. And guess what? She's still missing. There's only a few people that can tell you where Harmony's at, and they won't say a word. Now, with the exception of Harmony's little brother and his adoptive fathers, everyone in her life failed. Epically failed. Katie said this case is absurd. It is. It's absurd. It's heartbreaking. It's disgusting. It is an epic, epic failure on all ends. You see, if parents did the right thing, like Methy Mouse and Teardrop, you wouldn't even need Child Protective Services. It's like they have a two-legged stray cat around them. They don't care. Sarah said, good morning. Did you say she was missing for 2 years before she was reported? You heard that correct. You heard that correct. Let's take a second and welcome everyone and say happy Thursday. We've almost made it to the weekend. Howdy, howdy. Christina said crazy, 2 years lost. Damn right. The thing is, I will say this, that once the authorities in Manchester, New Hampshire found out she was missing and that stories between Step Meth and Teardrop were not adding up, they were on it. They were arresting them on anything they could get to stick to the wall. Amy in Boston said, a lot of friends in recovery tell me Methy Mouse is going to NA conventions to cry about Harmony and offers her cash apps to people so they can help. Harmony doesn't need any money, Methy Mouse. And I think we all can figure out what you're going to do with that money. The only thing you know how to do is neglect kids, do drugs, and open your legs. You're disgusting. Oh, Canvas and Crime just gifted 5 Crime Lines and Lies memberships. Thank you for making it rain and growing the family. Christina said, do we believe Kayla's story? I wouldn't, considering she got in trouble for lying to the grand jury. But when she finally started spilling the beans, everything they investigated, according to the affidavits, added up. All right. We have a special guest coming on today. She has been highly, highly invested in the Harmony Montgomery case. Let's have a huge round of applause for my good friend and yours, Sue. Woo-wee! Welcome, my friend, as if we don't talk all the time.
Good morning.
You old stranger.
Oh, yuck. Oh, man.
Get up here, you old stranger. Amy in Boston says, I have a feeling, I think you're talking about stepmeth, is going to back out on testifying against him. I have wondered that myself, but the only problem is with that, if she does, she is in a world of hurt. She will know
catch all those charges.
She'll catch them all. She'll catch all the charges. Nothing with these people surprises me. And I mean nothing. Let's look at our cast of characters. Now, throughout the show, you all have to check on Susan and ask her if her blood pressure is okay. We have to do a blood pressure check on Susan. Let's start with
right now.
Okay. There is the alleged murderer, Adam Montgomery, or as we call him on here, Teardrop.
Piece of shit is what I call him.
Or you can call him that. Next, we have Crystal Sorey, or as we call her, Mini Meth on here, Methy Mouse. She was, I can't say if she takes first or second place for failing Harmony. Who do you think failed her first?
She did.
Okay. Because old Teardrop was already in jail when she decided that she was going to let her kids, Jameson and Harmony, go into foster care.
But Kayla's the one I blame next to her. She's just one notch above her for her evilness.
Yep. We get to Kayla Montgomery, also known as around here Stepmeth. Stepmeth not only knew that Harmony had been murdered, this is according to her sworn affidavit, she witnessed it. She knew they had been taking her body all around. She knew that Harmony had been dismembered in the shower. Where Harmony's at, she does not know because Adam would not tell her. He rented a U-Haul, went across the Tobin Bridge with a couple of people she supposedly barely knows. I have a feeling that's not true.
No. That's not true. It can't be true.
Yeah. Here are the charges on Teardrop. Second-degree murder for recklessly causing the death of Harmony, a person under 13 years of age, under circumstances manifesting an extreme indifference to the value of human life, by repeatedly striking Harmony in the head with a closed fist in Manchester on or about December 7th, 2019. Now, our first show, Susan, was in January of 2022. Do you think it's odd that not one aunt, uncle, grandparent, the mother, nobody for over 2 years is looking for Harmony?
You know how I feel about it. My grandchild You give them a birthday present, a Christmas present, something, a birthday card. Not one of them was worried. That tells me they know something, or they just didn't freaking care.
Exactly. Falsifying physical evidence, which would be Harmony, she's the evidence, or purposely altering, destroying, concealing, or removing the body of Harmony with a purpose to impair its validity or availability in an official proceeding or investigation in Manchester between approximately December 7th, 2019 and March 4th of 2020. Abuse of a corpse. For purposely and unlawfully removing, concealing, or destroying the corpse of Harmony Montgomery or any part thereof in Manchester between approximately December 7th and March 4th, 2020.
God love her. Look at that little grin.
Look at that little face.
Yeah.
Tampering with witnesses or informants for purposely attempting to induce or otherwise cause stepmother to testify or inform falsely in Manchester between approximately December 7th, 2019 and January 4th, 2022.
Yeah, sure. She was involved in it. I don't care what anybody says. So she ain't gonna talk.
I believe so too.
Unless she benefited some way, she's not going to open her mouth because she was involved.
Yep. Sarah said, see something, say something. Oh, I agree. I agree. I just cannot imagine witnessing the murder of a child and sitting in the front seat and eating your sandwich from Burger King and your extra large potato rounds with ketchup, knowing he's dead in the back seat.
Or dying.
Or dying. Well, we were looking forward to the trial next month. Teardrop was supposed to go to trial next. Well, it has been delayed. The murder trial for Teardrop, the New Hampshire father accused of killing his daughter Harmony, has been delayed. Teardrop was supposed to go to trial in November, but now the trial won't start until February. On one hand, this is me, not the article. It's a delay in justice, but everything has already been delayed for Harmony. She is still missing. I'm trying to find the silver lining here. Because in this time, because they're still looking for her, the police have not given up on looking for her.
And I hope they find her.
Yep. Between now and February, think about this. If they find Harmony, we are no longer dealing with second-degree murder. We're dealing with first-degree murder. Not that I think this judge is going to ever let him see the light of day ever again.
I don't hold out much hope with judges anymore.
No, I know. Sometimes no. This judge so far has been, right on. Harmony disappeared sometime between November 28th and December 10th of 2019, but police did not learn of her disappearance for more than 2 years. In August 2022, Teardrop was charged and subsequently indicted on a second-degree murder charge in her death. My understanding is, and tell me if I'm wrong, I'm not from there, without a body in New Hampshire, you cannot charge for first-degree murder. So second degree is where it's at. In a recent court filing, Teardrop said one of his public defenders recently got a new job. I'd get a new job too. And is now seeking a replacement. After a lengthy discussion with sides behind closed doors, the judge decided to grant Teardrop's request. The prosecutor did not object. The defendant has the ability to have counsel, obviously should have counsel going forward. It's really just a scheduling matter between him and his attorneys and the court schedule. There's really not much for the state to be able to do or say. So they're all in agreement. So it looks like instead of November, it's going to be February 6th, and Harmony's body has never been found.
I just want them to get it right. Just once for this little girl. Get it right.
Mm-hmm. So we go to this. How did we get here? How did we get here? Because I'm not going to complain about the authorities in New Hampshire, because I think that they jumped right on this. Hell, they trailed him all over town. They woke him up out of the car.
Yeah, I won't fault them.
No.
Gotta fault Crystal and then the judge.
Yep.
The judge really pisses me off.
Crystal, Teardrop, Kayla, stepmeth, her mother, sorry, but I do have to throw some shade her way.
Yeah.
Because she had to have known something wasn't adding up with their stories. That cooler that Harmony was kept in, I don't believe for a minute she didn't know something was up.
Exactly. But then it's so damn gross. Why would you hold on to it? If you know, that's the only thing that gives me pause. Why would you hold on to that if you knew that there had been a body in that? So I don't know. I go both ways on that. She had to know something. But that's just creepy.
Thank you. I'm not buying it. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for supporting the channel. Walking Dead said I thought it was a cooler. It was.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely was. So let's do a little bit of the backstory and keep Harmony's name out there because, again, she is still missing. She deserves to be found, and the ultimate justice needs to be gotten.
What happened to Harmony? Little Harmony Montgomery was last seen 2 years ago, but she was only reported missing for the first time just 2 weeks ago. In a dramatic development, police arrested her father, 31-year-old Adam Montgomery, for assaulting her. An arrest document says he once boasted, "I bashed her around this house," and gave her a black eye. Nancy Grace, host of Crime Stories on Fox Nation, is expressing outrage.
What? Nobody noticed she didn't come back to school? Even during pandemic, even on Zoom, you account for all the children. The school system never raised a red flag that she didn't show back up the next year. It's been 2 years.
Harmony comes from a troubled family. She was in foster care, but returned to her father in 2019, the year she was last seen. She has a 5-year-old brother, Jameson, who was put up for adoption and was lucky enough to be adopted by this man, TV reporter Blair Miller.
Does he miss Harmony?
We can think of examples where he's been at a park and
I think about what Mama Kay said. I think it was our second or third show, Susan, when she said Jameson alerted everyone. Yeah. He missed his sister so bad. He missed his sister so bad that the adopted fathers were continually calling Methy Mouse saying, how do we get the kids together? Finally, she was forced to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a little bit muffled, Susan.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're okay. Don't worry about it. K&S just gifted 10 Crime Lines and Lies memberships.
Oh, wow.
Let's get your umbrellas. Cray Cray said Jameson is the only family member that cared. Yep. The only exception with Harmony is her little brother, his adoptive dad. That's it.
And he'll ask for his sister or see someone who reminds him of his sister. And that's heartbreaking. It really is.
Do you love her?
Yep.
You do?
Yes.
This is heartbreaking video of little Jameson singing happy birthday to his sister, who he hasn't seen for 2 years.
Happy birthday to my sister. Happy birthday to you.
The blonde, blue-eyed tyke would now be 7 years old. Manchester, New Hampshire police are desperate for help finding her.
I'm imploring, I'm asking, I'll go as far as I'm begging the community.
But the man who may know her fate isn't talking.
Somebody knows something. We just need that person to come forward.
He makes me so angry.
Mm-hmm. Who could even see that and keep their mouth shut?
Someone that has dirty little secrets.
Happy birthday to my sissy. This is
heartbreaking.
This is on Inside Edition. This was played on the Boston News, the local news in New Hampshire. Stepmeth saw it. Her mother saw it. The people that rented the U-Haul with Adam saw it. The Frame family.
All their little circle of friends saw it. They're not talking.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Nasty.
Yep. Absolutely disgusting. All right, let's get to all of the people, and the list is long and not distinguished of people that have failed Harmony. We're going to touch on CPS, which I even hate to bring them up because it gets into politics. The judge is an epic failure.
I hope his boat sank. Any word?
Seems like the boat's still running, Susan. You know, he was in a hurry to retire because he bought that boat.
Yeah. And he sure is getting his pension too, I'm sure.
Oh, he is. I think he's still substituting in court for like traffic tickets or anything. The thing is, when you're a judge, you have to have what's called good judgment. Mm-hmm. So when you have what's called bad judgment, in my opinion, you shouldn't be a damn judge anymore.
Nope. These people are all nasty.
And this was horrible judgment. So let's start with the first failure in Harmony's life. Her mother, Methy Mouse.
Tonight, we're hearing from the biological mother of Harmony Montgomery, the 5-year-old girl who police say was murdered by her father. Crystal Sorey has said very little publicly since her daughter's disappearance. Today, a vigil was held for Harmony in Manchester, New Hampshire, where loved ones shared hugs and memories of the little girl. And her mom explained why she dressed in a Minnie Mouse outfit for the occasion.
Even the anchor, the news anchor, can't quite control his sarcasm. And the mother explained why she dressed like Minnie Mouse for the occasion.
She's an idiot.
Yeah. The reward is well over $100,000. That's a lot of guns and drugs.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody knows where Harmony is. Stepmeth isn't going to get it.
I hope somebody does.
I figured after everything that's been happening, that I would go for Halloween as her favorite character, and I'm her favorite person, so.
The hell is she talking about? I'm going to go as her favorite character because I'm her favorite person. She don't know you.
She's too old to be trick-or-treating. Ah, nasty.
Does Harmony even know Methy Mouse?
Zoom? By Zoom, I guess. I don't know.
Well, they FaceTimed at Easter 2019. She dangled some Easter basket and said, next time I see you, you're going to get this. But obviously there wasn't a next time, because it's believed that she was murdered on December 7th, 2019. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, 8 months. So in 8 months, you couldn't make it from Lowell, Massachusetts to Manchester, New Hampshire. What about her
How far
birthday?
away is that?
Amy told me once before, how far is Lowell, Mass from Manchester? I can look right now.
Is it a bus ride? Is it a taxi? Is it an hour? I don't know.
39 minutes. 39
Stop.
minutes.
Come on.
37.4 miles via US 3 North and Everett Turnpike.
And does she have family there?
She knows all the same people.
Exactly. And she couldn't get that to her. Sure.
Marie said 30 to 49 minutes. Amy said tops.
Mm.
Nene said maybe an hour with traffic. Well, she couldn't find the time, but we're supposed to give her cash apps and make her feel like she's done something right.
I'm her favorite person, so it seemed right.
Crystal Sorey reported her daughter missing last year, but police believe she was last seen in 2019. Last week, her father, Adam Montgomery, was charged in her murder.
A smiling Adam Montgomery engaged.
Think about that. I know grandparents, like my own parents, that will pack up and drive 8, 9, 10 hours just to go to a damn soccer game where they know the grandkids are going to lose.
Yep. Oh, but they're going to blame COVID.
As we know, stepmeth was originally arrested before the perjury charges because she lied about her work schedule at Dunkin' Donuts. She was arrested for claiming benefits for Harmony, knowing that Harmony was no longer here.
These people.
Mm-hmm. Finally, when push came to shove, she started talking. She gave them information that turned out to be correct because they tore up the Union Street apartment.
Ugh.
I didn't think Susan would ever be back on YouTube after this. I was really worried about you.
It was a hard day. It was a hard day. I think I got drunk that night.
I'll tell you what, you might be getting drunk tonight because we have a lot of stuff to go through. Ula said, this is too much for me today. We'll watch the rest on replay when I feel stronger. I get it.
I don't blame you, love. I don't blame you.
Don't ever think, no, take care of yourself first. Law enforcement's taking care of the rest. I don't ever want anyone to feel like they have to go through this stuff.
The New Hampshire Attorney General says investigators have finished their search of a home in Manchester in connection with the disappearance of Harmony Montgomery. A team of investigators spent all day yesterday searching an apartment. Harmony's father and stepmother previously lived in the Union Street home. Officials were seen taking evidence from the area, including a refrigerator, which they had brought in earlier in the day. Harmony was reported.
Now, they brought it in earlier in the day because they took the other one. Do you want to explain what all they found in the Union Street apartment, my friend Susan?
Well, let's see. There was evidently blood in the floor, blood in the refrigerator, and they were even going into the sewers. And that just, I couldn't understand it. But once we heard about the dismemberment in the bathtub, it made perfect sense, unfortunately.
Yep.
And can you imagine having the baby in the refrigerator along with the groceries? You have to open it and see that. How do you do that? I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
The depravity.
It's freaking demonic.
He kept the detective behind Harmony. Oh, just saying that. God.
Yeah. Then imagine being the next tenant that finds out you've been keeping your food in a fridge that Harmony's been in.
I can't. Just the thought of it makes me sick to my stomach.
They had brought in earlier in the day. Harmony was reported missing last year, but she has not been seen since 2019.
Tonight.
Horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
Some people say it's because of the drugs. It's because they were homeless. I think there's more to it. I think Teardrop is just an evil, evil person.
And that's my vote. Drugs don't make you do that. I mean, it can be contributing, but by golly, you don't do that to babies without evilness.
Certified Quality said fridge evidence. Yep, they had evidence of refrigerator, under floorboards, a drain pipe. He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
And when that arrest affidavit dropped, I couldn't even sleep that night.
Yeah, it was hard to go through. I had to do it a little bit at a time.
Thank you, Dawn. Dawn said, let's not forget, stepmeth had another child after Harmony was murdered. You're damn right. And she conceived that child on a bed where Harmony was stored in the ceiling above them. Yeah. Who gets the groove on with a deceased child, murdered child above them?
I have no words.
No.
That's just gross.
Jean, that's right. WMUR filed a motion to have the murder affidavit unsealed. The judge granted it with the caveat that it only be unsealed 10 days after Adam Montgomery's weapons trial. Here it is, 48 pages. And as you said, Jean, the details inside are upsetting and graphic. The key witness...
Breathe deep.
Breathe deep. I know. It's a lot to go through. That's the reason we don't do this show very often. Now look at stepmeth. It's like she went to a beaches resort, a sandals resort. She looks 10 times better now that they got her all dried out. Look at this. This was her when she got arrested first.
The only one I know that can go to jail and look better than they looked when they were out.
And look at her now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge difference.
In the affidavit is Harmony's stepmother, Kayla Montgomery. Kayla told police that on December 7th, 2019, when the family was living out of a car, Harmony was having a lot of toileting accidents, and Adam was furious. Kayla says while he was driving, he reached over to the back seat and struck Harmony 3 times with his fist in the head and face. Kayla says Adam commented to her, "I think I really hurt her this time. I think I did something." Kayla says Harmony made moaning noises in the back seat and then fell silent. At no time, Kayla admits, did anyone render care to Harmony or seek medical attention. The family continued on to a fast food restaurant. Shortly after noon that day, Kayla says she and Adam determined Harmony was dead. Kayla says Adam went to the trunk of the car, retrieved a duffel bag, and placed Harmony's lifeless body inside. That started a months-long project of moving little Harmony's body to various locations in the city of Manchester. 3 weeks after Harmony was killed, the Montgomery family moved into an apartment at Families in Transition. Kayla told police Harmony was in a trash bag and was placed above a ceiling vent in the bedroom.
A ceiling vent, and the other people in the shelter were complaining of a very pungent odor.
Yeah.
But she was shagging Teardrop underneath Harmony's body.
Nasty.
Mm-hmm.
But she protected her kids, though.
She protected her kids. And ate Burger King after witnessing that horrific, I'm going to say incident because I don't want YouTube coming after me. And all of this was over toileting accidents. Why do children at that age have accidents like that? Could it be from abuse, anxiety?
No access to a bathroom. And if you ask for a bathroom, you get smashed around.
Living in a car?
Wait. Yeah. Yeah. Nasty. I'm trying to keep it clean, but golly, I just want to let loose.
Do it, girlfriend. I'm here for you.
Son of bitches. How do you do that to children?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Now, let me ask you guys something. Simple yes or no. Obviously, I'm not over law enforcement in Manchester, and we know sometimes officers, DAs, they have to make a deal with the devil to get the bigger devil. Would you have given stepmeth the proffer agreement that she was given if it was you? Yes or no?
If that was the only way to get to the answers, I'm thinking, yeah. As much as I hate to say that. And I hate that woman.
Mm-hmm.
God help me, I hate that woman.
I would probably cross my fingers behind my back and say, but
yeah. We don't know that they have it. If she steps out of line, she's going down.
And we've seen in other cases they have to. You know, to get the big fish, they have to excuse the little ones. We saw it in the Gannon case. They gave Harley a proffer agreement to get her to tell him what all Letitia was up to. Letitia's a monster. Teardrop's a monster. What really bugs me about stepmeth is that she wants witness protection when she gets out.
Screw her witness protection.
Mm-hmm. Witness protection, from what I read, is federal. That means we're all going to be paying to protect this bitch when she did nothing to protect Harmony.
She don't deserve it. And she don't deserve to be around any children.
at Families in Transition. Kayla told police Harmony was in a trash bag and was placed above a ceiling vent in the bedroom. Detectives accessed the ceiling last summer and discovered staining and a persistent smell that other residents had complained about. The entire ceiling grid was removed for DNA testing. Little Harmony's body was also kept in a walk-in freezer at a Manchester restaurant for a week, where Adam was working as a dishwasher. And when the family moved into a Union Street apartment that was searched heavily last summer, Adam used lime, according to Kayla, on Harmony's body, which he then repackaged, according to police, to fit inside a refrigerator.
Oh,
God, look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
I'm never eating out again unless it's Cajun Ed's, because Cajun Ed wouldn't happen.
can you imagine if you ate at that restaurant at that time?
Mhm.
Good God.
Katie said, did she protect Harmony so she gets no witness protection? See, if they would let all of us run the government, I think everything would go better. Don't you, Susan?
I would. Yeah, sure.
What else could you do to this child?
No.
Our good friend Marie, who has helped me immensely with this case because it's a lot to understand and unpack, said, I agree, Susan. She doesn't deserve anything and never should be around kids. Amy in Boston said, I don't do buffets for a reason, and this will be next to stop eating out altogether.
I'm with you, sister. Oh,
Not that anybody wants to eat my cooking all the time, but at least I know I keep my kitchen clean.
yeah.
Apartment that was searched heavily last summer, Adam used lime, according to Kayla, on Harmony's body, which he then repackaged, according to police, to fit inside a refrigerator. Kayla says Adam used a U-Haul to take the remains somewhere in the spring of 2020 and deliberately did not tell her where he was going in case there was an investigation. Harmony's remains are still not recovered.
I believe that part.
Families in Transition released a statement.
I do too, because I think that Teardrop is such a career criminal that he knows the first to talk is the first to walk. Loose lips sink ships. And so he wasn't about to tell her because he's smart enough to know that with Harmony
comes a capital.
Yep.
First degree. Oh, he's not stupid.
No,
God,
he's
not stupid.
And what I can't get over about these damn criminals, with what they do to evade the law, do their crimes, you know, they could actually be doing something good.
Yeah. They're not stupid by any means.
No. Families in Transition statement said, when we were first contacted by law enforcement about this case, we immediately joined efforts to cooperate in the investigation. We will continue to do everything we can to support the search for answers. Well, good for them.
Yeah.
Statement to News 9 saying in part, when we were first contacted by law enforcement about this case, we immediately joined efforts to cooperate in the investigation. We will continue to do everything we can to support the search for answers. Several months ago, when the Manchester police chief announced that the search for Harmony was now pivoting to a homicide investigation, he urged the community on that day to do something kind for a child. It seems that message would resonate on a day like today as well.
And the chief was absolutely brokenhearted. MK said, this case infuriates me to the core.
You're in the right place.
What I cannot deal with is the people that take up for Methy Mouse.
Yeah. I don't hope that she reoffends and becomes addicted again. But she is in no way has clean hands. And I hate when she tries to make herself out to be the hero. It makes me sick.
To be the hero. Or when they say stepmeth was so addicted to drugs and was so abused by Teardrop, she had no choice. Look,
Yeah.
there's
She
always
ate a breakfast sandwich. That says everything that I need to know. Yeah.
I'm not buying it since I have to go. Got an urgent call. All right, take care, hun. Hopefully everything's all right. All right. The plan that, yes, Kayla Montgomery, also known as stepmeth, knew all about was to continually move Harmony's body.
It is 48 pages of alleged abuse suffered by a 5-year-old child while she was alive and even after she died. And according to her own stepmother, it was at the hands of her dad. Harmony Montgomery's crooked smile, pink glasses, and pigtails stole the hearts of the world. But according to the affidavit, her father was the exception to that. He raged at his little girl over toileting accidents, Kayla Montgomery told police. The affidavit says Harmony's final moments of life were agonizing. She moaned in pain until she died. Her tiny face and head received blow after blow. Adam Montgomery reaching back from the driver's seat, delivering the violence as he drove.
Now, what made Teardrop think punching a child would make them not pee their pants?
It wasn't about not making her pee her pants. It was his aggravation he was taking out on her.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Nate,
Nene said, I'm in recovery for 7 years, and I would have before and after. I don't care. You don't lose the morals and love for children because you do drugs. Exactly. It's a
bravo.
Bravo. And that is something everyone needs to remember. Because someone has an addiction does not mean that they kill children.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not saying choosing, your addiction, whatever it is, over your children is a good thing at all.
Get the hell out of them, unless you're prone to do it when you're sober.
There you go. Because I have a feeling, even if he was stone sober, remember when he was making Harmony clean the toilets with a toothbrush?
Oh, I absolutely do. Because she couldn't keep her baby brother or sister, whichever it was, from crying. She was putting her hand over their mouth to stop it. Oh.
Moaned in pain until she died. Her tiny face and head received blow after blow. Adam Montgomery reaching back from the driver's seat, delivering the violence as he drove. Once Kayla and Adam realized Harmony was dead on December 7th, 2019, Kayla says Adam got a duffel bag from the trunk and placed his daughter's body inside, starting a months-long project of moving, hiding, and storing the child's body. From car to car, then in a cooler kept in a common hallway of the building where Kayla's mother lived, in a storage bin transported by stroller to a family's in transition apartment, then wrapped in a trash bag and hidden in a ceiling vent until
in the cooler. That was at Kayla's mother's house, in a common hallway of the building where Kayla's mother lives. Then goes to the shelter put up in the ceiling, And all the while, stepmeth was with him.
He's in transition apartment, then wrapped in a trash bag and hidden in a ceiling vent until neighbors complained of the smell. Moved to a maternity bag, set in between Harmony's two half-brothers in their stroller, and taken to a walk-in freezer at the now-closed Portland Pie Company where Adam worked.
You know, at some point, Harmony's half-siblings are going to know that when they were in the stroller, because the internet lives forever, they're going to come across this. They're going to know that their sister's body was between them.
Yeah. And how Kayla could do that, I'll never know. And poor babies, I hope they don't remember it. But God help them. They'll know.
He stored Harmony's body there for a week. 7 locations detailed. The final one, an apartment on Union Street. There, nearly 3 months after Harmony's death, Kayla told police Adam spent 4 to 6 hours in the bathroom trying to reduce Harmony's body using lime and brute force. They worked together to squeeze Harmony back into the maternity bag and put her in the freezer. Pressure mounting, Adam got a U-Haul, left for hours overnight, and when he returned, Kayla says Harmony was gone. Detectives traced the U-Haul to the Tobin Bridge using toll data, triggering a search at a marsh in Revere. Harmony's remains are still not recovered. Investigators refuse to give up. Adam Montgomery's defense attorney did not want this affidavit unsealed. She argued forcefully in court that investigative work should not become part of the public domain before the trial. We did reach out to Caroline Smith this afternoon. We have not heard back. We're live at the Hillsborough County Jail this evening. Amy Cavino, WMUR News.
Damn disgusting.
Every time I think it couldn't hurt more.
I know.
How do we care more about this little baby than her family, her grandparents, aunts and uncles?
Yeah, the grandparents. I don't get the grandparents.
I don't. Bakefield.
Well, yet someone else in Harmony's life that failed her was her great uncle Kevin.
Oh, a grifter.
Not only did he not do the right thing, he actually had police come with him to the house to get his stuff and his mother's stuff after they fought over utility bill. So he already knew Teardrop was dangerous, and he knew he would have to have law enforcement with him. When it was found out that Harmony was missing, you know what he did?
Oh, I know. But go ahead and tell everybody.
He started a GoFundMe.
Sure did. This poor baby.
Welcome to Banfield. A second arrest in the Harmony Montgomery case. This time it is the stepmother of that little girl. Kayla Montgomery is charged with welfare fraud for allegedly hauling in 2 years of food stamps money, all while little Harmony was missing. Police say Kayla and her then husband, Adam Montgomery, were...
Now, by the way, this interview is before we knew about the affidavit. Nobody knew. There was no murder charges at the time. Aggie said, sorry for whose post I removed. It happens. The chat moves fast. So this is before we knew that her body had been moved all over Manchester.
Yeah.
How's your blood pressure? Can everybody check on Susan's blood pressure?
It's climbing, dear. It's climbing.
Okay.
Proclaiming Harmony as a dependent, even though the 7-year-old wasn't living with them. Kayla told police last week that during those 2 years, she believed Harmony was living with her biological mother, Crystal Sorey. Kayla believed that because she says back in November 2019, when she was still living with her husband and Harmony's dad, Adam Montgomery, Adam left with the little girl and said he was driving her down to Massachusetts to be with her mom. But that mom, Crystal Sorey, said she never took custody of Harmony and in fact hadn't seen her daughter since April of 2019, more than 6 months before. So where did Adam bring his daughter? And is that story even true? Nobody knows. And that's the reason Adam was arrested on Tuesday. He's charged with second-degree assault, interference with custody, and endangering the welfare of a child. So far, he has refused to tell police where his daughter might be. And as of right now, the last time anyone has seen Harmony was during a police visit to her home, a wellness check back in October of 2019. Adam's uncle, Kevin Montgomery, was worried about Harmony after seeing her with a black eye. He alerted the police that Harmony might be in danger back then. And Kevin Montgomery joins me live.
But Kevin waited too long to alert that he saw a black eye. You see, when a social worker goes to a home and they don't see anything wrong with the child, which I do believe in this case was an epic fail, they reported on a black eye. By the time it was reported and they got there, guess what? There was no bruise.
Yeah. Convenient. But he protected himself.
Mm-hmm. He certainly did.
Now, Kevin, thank you so much for being with me tonight. First, right out of the gate, have you had any updates at all from police or family members on Harmony's whereabouts?
None.
Nothing at all? No one sharing
No.
any information with you?
Nope.
So
No.
tell me, what made you initially call the police on your nephew, on Adam? What was it that got you so worried?
So I won't get into details, but there was just...
What do you mean you won't get into details?
Yeah. He wouldn't give me my stuff, so I thought I'd put that in there. Tell the cops to come help me. Come help me.
You can't give details because you're a criminal yourself.
Yep.
Kevin?
Things that raised an alarm with me. And I called the authorities. And I'll just be clear, I love the police. They're doing everything they can. First and foremost, DSS, or Family and Children's Services, failed my niece here. And that's why we're here today. If they listened in the first place, this wouldn't be happening. And my niece is out there. She has family that love her, aunts and uncles and grandmothers and great-grandmothers.
Who loves her?
Yeah, I'm so sick of the finger pointing, and everybody loves her, but nobody did a fucking thing.
2 years.
Oh, I'm so angry.
2 years. She has aunts, uncles, a grandmother. Where were they?
Piece of shit. I can't stand these people.
Where Summer said the parents failed her and should both be under the jail. Corey is checking on your blood pressure.
That's not good.
Okay.
I'm just so angry.
And
God forbid you.
grandfathers. And yeah, we just want her home. And I don't like the public. If you can't help the situation, please don't distract from what the people that are trying to help are doing.
Oh, that's good.
The words, the viciousness. Everybody wants to be in this story but me. I want to be as far as away from this story as I possibly can, but I can't. I have to be my niece's voice.
Look at
No,
baby.
don't nobody talk about it. Don't nobody talk about it.
The public needs to stay out. The public needs to stay out. Christina said, where was he 6 months earlier? Where was he 2 years earlier?
Witnessing everything, partying it up with old nephew Adam.
Yep.
Hmm.
And what's he doing? Is he a chicken? What's he doing out in the rain?
I'm sure he's under a pavilion or whatever they call it, the tents they put up. Treated like royalty.
He can't find a clean room in his house?
Yeah. He probably don't have a house. Probably sleeping in his car.
And I'll stay as relentless as long as my body will take, as much as it will take. I know there's a lot of support out there, but there's a lot of aggressiveness, and
I'm aggressive.
Just back off.
Kevin, can I ask you if you've had a chance to talk with Adam, who is, again, he's your nephew, and Harmony is your grandniece, but have you had a chance to talk with Adam since he's been arrested, or even within the days around his arrest?
I haven't talked to him in years.
Tell me about that.
I kind of want to keep the focus on Harmony here, please. I don't want to. That's my concern. The justice system, whatever happens, all.
You know, we can have our own justice by taking care of our families.
Yeah.
And preventing the government from getting in our homes. He has no right to be talking about the justice system because he did not utilize it. He should be called Uncle Sue. Reminds me of someone else. He's just like a Jody Sue.
That's pretty close to reality. And as long as he's getting his 10 cents. Oh.
So why did him or his mother not file paperwork with DCFS? We call it DHS here in Oklahoma. Why did they not file paperwork to get emergency custody of Harmony if they were so concerned in 2019? It hits the news at the end of 2021, and suddenly
everyone's concerned.
Yeah.
Don't come at me.
Mm-hmm.
I did everything I could. The hell you did.
All that will take its course. I'm here to try to raise awareness of money with my GoFundMe page. And I just want to stick.
And I'm going to have Susan listen to this again. I'm trying to raise awareness and money with my GoFundMe page. How much did you donate to Uncle Kevin's GoFundMe page, Susan?
0. I don't give to grifters.
Nope.
You know how I feel about it.
Nope. V. Oakley said, WTF does he need money for? To raise awareness for Harmony, is what he said. And to search for her.
Mm-hmm. He couldn't find his ass with a flashlight in 2 hands.
Nope. Nope.
Hmm.
Callie Dime said a GoFundMe. Yeah. For the uncle that didn't do anything for 2 years.
Yeah.
Don't forget, he got into a big fight with Teardrop over not paying the utility bill. And when they went to get their stuff, they brought the police with them to protect them from Teardrop. But Harmony goes missing. He gets on News Nation and has a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
GoFundMe shut it
Baby
down.
never had a chance.
Yeah. GoFundMe shut it down after this, but it was too little too late because the money was already in Uncle Kevin's pocket.
Yeah.
Justice system, whatever happens, all that will take its course. I'm here to try to raise awareness of money with my GoFundMe page. And I just want to stick the focus on Harmony. I don't want this story to die. I don't want it to fizzle out. I want to talk about finding Harmony. Anyone out there that has seen Harmony, it doesn't matter if it was 6 months ago, 6 weeks ago, anything will help. Any information, any. Just imagine if it was your daughter, your niece, your granddaughter. People know. Someone knows. Someone knows something. Someone saw something.
So, Kevin, let me ask you, because there is so little information and because Harmony has been missing for so long, the only thing anyone has to go on is what was happening right up until the time that Harmony disappeared. And so that's why some of these questions are as uncomfortable as they are. They're necessary. In the police affidavit, you were very informative about some of the things that had happened to little Harmony before she went missing. And it was just heartbreaking to read the details that Harmony had been, I think one of the quotes is bashed around the house by Adam, that she'd been forced to clean a toilet with a toothbrush, and that she'd been forced to stand in the corner for hours, to the point where she wet herself. And then there are big redactions, big black marks all through some of the things that you told the police. Can you fill in what those blanks are, Kevin? What were the other things that you said that have been blacked out?
Now, this is important. Listen to how Uncle Kevin, Uncle Jody Sue, answers this question. If you have time, check on Susan's blood pressure, because this case makes her more upset than the price of gas.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Yeah. Isn't that strange?
We spoke about this yesterday, the show about Crystal Rogers. We said, isn't it hilarious? Well, it's not hilarious that these criminals never can remember what they need to remember. So what is all this that's redacted? I don't know. I can't remember, he said.
Yeah. That shows it doesn't really register in his mind how wrong it was. Because if it's done, you wouldn't be able to unsee it. It would be etched into your memory.
I don't remember. I don't know what's blackout. I never seen those reports. I know what I said in the reports, and I stand that I said what I said. And I don't want to mess up this investigation by giving out too much information. The police are working their tails off. I know they are. I talk to them often. And yeah, I talk to them often about any way I can help. Any details I can remember, we try to go over. And it's just heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking.
Kevin, can I ask, in some of the history that we've been reading through and trying to piece together this mystery, you called the police in July of 2019 because you'd seen Harmony with a black eye. And then it's my understanding, was it you that called the police in October, just a couple months later? And if that was you, what was the circumstance that led to that call?
Correct. So that call is it was my mother's house, and we wanted to go there and get some things that my mother wanted to retrieve and to check on the kids. And when we got there, we had to get a police escort when we got there to go in and get some of the things.
Can you tell me why and what it was that was so concerning that you would need a police escort to enter the home?
There was just conflict there.
He lived with him. He saw what he did. And when they went there, the first thing he listed to get stuff and to check on the kids. Yeah, we'll see how the priorities are.
He goes, there was a conflict there. So to go back to the house, because he didn't want his ass torn up by Teardrop, and probably stepmeth too, because my understanding is she gets pretty violent. They bring the police so they can get their stuff and leave the children behind.
Yeah.
Can't remember, but like Coco said, but he remembers his GoFundMe.
Yeah, he does. What about had it with people in their damn GoFundMes?
Well, you know what upsets me about it is there's people that really need the help.
Yeah.
And the ones that are grifting and taking advantage, they ruin it for the people that are sincere.
That's true.
My goodness.
We had a falling out for whatever transpired previous to that. And so just the safest way for no issues was to just get someone there that can mediate the situation.
So in that visit with the police escort, did you see Harmony and did you see what condition she was in?
I did. She looked timid, but that's all I could say on that. I only got a brief look at her.
And was that the last time any other family member that you know of saw her?
At least my immediate family. I'm not sure about his other side of the family. I'm not sure. My immediate family, on my side of the family, yes.
Did Harmony say anything to you on that last visit?
Okay, Beigefield is not smelling what he's trying to step in. She's like, something here is not making sense. Amy in Boston, I agree. If Jameson's fathers had a GoFundMe, I would believe it, but not these people.
Amy, you can sit with us.
Yep, we wear pink on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But hoops are Susan's thing.
When you last saw her 2 years ago, that might have been an indication that things were really bad in that home?
No, she didn't say that.
Was she allowed to talk to you?
I'm not sure. I didn't see anything to be said for her not to talk to me. I'm not sure.
And Kevin, what was the condition of the home? What did it look like when you went in?
She didn't know your ass.
Yeah.
She also knew that you were only there to get your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She was too busy cleaning the toilet with a toothbrush and standing in the corner, not allowed to go to the bathroom.
You've lost people. Do you remember the last conversation you had with them?
Yes, I do. Yep.
But he can't remember.
Yep.
That shows where she ranked on his emotional well-being.
I remember the last conversation I had with my mother, my grandfather, my grandmother, even my Papa Sam and Manu. And I was a little girl then. I remember the last conversation I had with my brother-in-law. But
Yeah, he can't remember. She's real important to him.
But he remembers that GoFundMe.
Yeah, he does. Oh,
In there. This is the home where, this little child was last living at 5 years old.
It just, it wasn't well at all. It just wasn't well.
Can you be more specific?
no.
No, he can't be more specific because he doesn't want to be. History of abuse, ? Which we know there was abuse. Uncle reported black eye in 2019. But according to the governor's report, by the time it was reported, and this was to get back at Teardrop, this wasn't
Yeah.
about Harmony.
Yeah, it was.
When CPS got there was no black eye.
Yeah.
A strange wife said she saw black eye. According to the governor's report, the last time she saw Harmony was a FaceTime call in April of 2019. She had not seen her physically in a very long time.
Yeah, I would rather not comment.
I know this is difficult for you. I know these questions are tough. I think everyone who's watching just wants to get as much information as possible to piece together this mystery and hopefully lead to finding your niece and solving this awful mystery. There are more children, 3 other children by Kayla and Adam. Those would be half siblings of Harmony. Do you know where they are staying tonight? Because both Adam and Kayla are now in jail. To our knowledge, are not able to make bond. Adam obviously facing these related charges, not to her being missing, but to child abuse and neglect. And Kayla now facing charges for fraud, for still collecting the food stamps for the last 2 years, even though Harmony's been nowhere to be seen. Where are their 3 other children tonight?
So from what I believe, only from a news interview from the mother, Kayla's mother has them.
Kayla's mother. So is that a safe environment? Do you know anything about her?
No, I don't ever remember meeting her mother, but it could have been once, but I'm not sure.
Did you have any concerns about Kayla? I know you had your concerns about Adam. You called the police, but did you have any concerns about Kayla?
Kayla and what? Did I have any concerns about Kayla with what?
And how she treated Harmony and what Harmony's circumstance was living with her?
I just don't want to.
I know it's difficult, but it's important information.
It is.
You know, when people are trying to.
Why is he nodding off? Now, mind you, when I hear rain, I have to pee, but I don't just go to sleep right there on national TV. Why is he nodding off? Is he related to Cam?
Yeah. He's so nasty. He can't remember if Kayla was mean to Harmony. What?
Like Christina said, I don't think he really was around her that much.
Well, they lived together.
Yeah.
But I think that was more of a social thing. If you know what I mean.
Definitely social. definitely social, because this woman right here and this man right here and this woman right here only know to keep people around them that are just like them.
Yep.
Family, friends, and foes alike, all the same.
Yep. They have one thing in common.
Okay, so Beigefield is looking at him, wondering, like, what'd you do? Did you just take an Ambien?
Yeah.
Why are you nodding off? Hey, Leo, I missed you. Why are you nodding off?
Answer the damn question.
I know it's difficult, but it's important information.
It is.
You know, when people are trying to figure out where to look, where to think, what clues might have been going on before she disappeared.
I understand that, but that's my purpose. That's my purpose, is to raise awareness on how to find her, who might have seen her, and that question has nothing to do with where Harmony may or may not be today.
Can I ask you this difficult question, Kevin? And I think it's imperative, because the way you're speaking, it sounds like you believe that Harmony is still alive. I think everybody wants to know if, people who knew Adam, or people who know Adam, and certainly that's your nephew, if you think he may have killed her.
I would not answer that. I'm holding out hope that we find and bring Harmony home safe.
What's in your gut?
My gut tells me there's always hope until you tell me there's no hope left to have.
Especially if I can grift off of her.
Yep. DT Driver said this dude's a loser.
I'll agree with that.
Tam said, how are you today, Brooks? I'm doing good. I'm just heated up. I'm heated up. This case makes me so mad. But I tell you what, I do give props to law enforcement. They were 2 years behind. But within days, they started locking up, removing children. Can't fret them for that.
Nope. They have my support.
Now we get to one of our friend Susan's favorite people, and that is the judge.
Oh.
That in his infinite wisdom decided to return Harmony to Teardrop in Massachusetts. As we have heard before we had our friend come on, she's a social worker, and she explained an interstate compact, and she said there wasn't any between Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Now, mind you, as we learned earlier, with traffic, it's about an hour away is where Teardrop went. However, no social worker could go up there to continually check on Harmony because it was a different state. This judge was set to retire. He had bought a boat that costs more than most people's homes.
Yeah.
Susan's on the show before. She wants it to sink.
I do. And if he's on it, all the better. Let him have a life jacket. I don't wish him dead. I just drool. It just makes me angry that these people profit off this. He can't do his damn job. He knows better. He's been in the system how long? And you can't see a teardrop on this man's face, and you don't know what that means?
Yep.
If I know what that means, he does.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah, loving father there. Mm.
Two states are also under fire. Let's get right to 5 Investigates. Kathy Curran with the exclusive details tonight at 6. Kath?
And Ed and Maria, sources tell us that Massachusetts judge at the center of this case was Mark Newman. He retired in 2019, months after he granted custody to Harmony's father, a man with a criminal history who was living in New Hampshire. Judge Newman, Kathy Curran from 5 Investigates.
Retired Judge Mark Newman keeps his back to the camera and heads for the door, not answering any of our questions.
We just want to ask you a couple of questions about the Harmony Montgomery case.
He sat on the bench for almost 17 years, received many awards, and can be seen in this video encouraging kids to stay in school.
We can raise the educational achievement of your children.
But sources tell 5 Investigates Newman is at the center of the troubling case involving 7-year-old Harmony Montgomery, who has been missing for 2 years. He was the first justice of the Essex County Juvenile Court in 2019 when he made the controversial ruling in Harmony's case, granting her father, Adam, who was living in New Hampshire, custody of the little girl.
Piece of shit.
Many awards.
Yeah. I wonder if that was a paid voiceover or whatever you want to call it.
Yep. Where Summer said that judge should also be behind bars, in my opinion. Yes, I agree. He should not even be ruling over traffic tickets. You see, when your judgment is bad, in my opinion, you can't be a judge.
Oh, more worried about clearing his death so he could retire.
And get his boat.
Yeah. That we're paying for.
Susan, what would you do if the judge asked you to take a ride on his boat around the Cape? It's beautiful there.
Well, I'm sure it is. I couldn't be in his company. I'd push him over.
I know. Guys would wind up like Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Records show Adam Montgomery had criminal histories in Massachusetts and New Hampshire and served several years behind bars before regaining custody. His convictions include criminal threatening, assault, armed robbery, and assault with intent to murder for shooting a man he was buying heroin from in the face. Now he faces child endangerment.
Okay. So,
would you give custody to somebody who shot somebody in the face? Honestly?
No. No. This wasn't the Avon lady. This was somebody he was buying heroin from.
Yeah.
And it didn't take Teardrop long to file for disability for Harmony because of her eye, food stamps, you name it. For some reason, he could not get secure housing with her disabilities.
She's always been used.
Always. And even after Kayla knew she was no longer of this earth, she was still taking benefits.
And I still wonder about that stimulus money.
Well, and that's a really good question. Why is no one in trouble for taking the stimulus money?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Slim said, in babies for benefits. My papa used to say, the rich keep getting rich and the poor keep having kids and adopting dogs.
Yeah.
And remember that the two men that adopted Jameson were more than willing to adopt Harmony.
And she had some good foster parents too, if I remember right.
She did. She did. There really are good people out there. There really are. Unfortunately, on this show, we don't get to really showcase them.
Unfortunately. Nature of the beast.
Intent to murder for shooting a man he was buying heroin from in the face. Now he faces child endangerment and assault charges for hitting Harmony.
This is an appalling decision.
Child advocate Maureen Flatley says it should have been obvious that placing Harmony with her dad would put her in harm's way.
If anybody suggested that this child might be appropriately placed with a father that had a criminal record that included shooting somebody, they really need to have their head examined.
Harmony had been in the custody of the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families. 5 Investigates has learned the case was being handled out of DCF's Haverhill office. When a child in state custody is being placed in a home across state lines, the Interstate Compact for the Placement of Children, or ICPC, comes into play. The agreement would have triggered New Hampshire's Division of Children, Youth, and Families to ensure the home and the caregiver can meet the child's needs, to put services in place, and make sure the child is monitored and safe. In this case, Judge Newman granted custody to her father with no ICPC in place.
Well, it seems to me like the system failed pretty much in every possible way that it could.
Harmony fell off the radar of child welfare agencies despite warnings of abuse and neglect from family members and police responses to her Manchester home. This week, New Hampshire's governor blasted the Massachusetts court system for placing Harmony in the hands of a, quote, monstrous drug dealer.
Why a judge in Massachusetts would have placed Harmony in the custody of this monster.
I love when the governor got so involved and said, why a judge in Massachusetts would place Harmony with this monstrous drug dealer. I'll never know. He asked for a governor's report, and we went through it, Susan. I believe that was in March of 2022. That was very daunting to go through all that. I'm not a legal eagle, as you know, but through it, we could figure out that Crystal had been lying.
Yeah. And everybody's pointing the finger at everybody else, and nothing's getting done.
Yep. Kids fall off the radar because their families don't give a shit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. That's what it boils down to.
That had a record of drug dealing, had a record of assault, of violent assaults.
We just want to know what.
Look at him running his ass in the house. Look at this, Susan.
That had a record of drug dealing, had a record of assault, of violent assaults.
Woo! He can't wait to get in the house. It's cold outside. He's got to go work on what he's going to put on the boat when it all falls out. Look at him running his ass into the house, Susan.
I see him.
We just want to know what played into your decision.
Oh, he just shut the door right in her face.
Well, he don't answer her.
Makes you wonder how he even sleeps at night.
Mm-hmm.
You have one job. That's to be the judge. And I'm not saying it's an easy job.
No.
But you were given all the information. Because if CBS Boston can dig it up and it was given to you, this was your decision.
And it should matter. You should take it seriously. These are children's lives.
Sarah said, get JLR to knock on his door.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, thank you for that.
JLR on the boat with the judge. I'm all for this. I'm going to send him an email after this. I'll copy you on it, Susan.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I love that idea. All right, so old Teardrop got arrested for assaulting Harmony. This is before the murder charges and Kayla coming clean on what exactly happened to Harmony, but not where Harmony is.
Of course not.
So this is part of his interrogation.
But the one I care the most about is your daughter, Harmony. And we have people around the clock calling into us, giving us tips from all over the country because they care too to try to find where she is. My only goal, which I told you the other day, is to make sure that she's safe. I don't want you to get tied into something if you didn't do anything wrong. My job is not to jam somebody up for something that they didn't do wrong. And if you can tell me that you didn't do anything wrong, then I want to believe you because, dude, I've met you now a few times. I helped you out when you were at the hospital when you were having a fucking meltdown. You told me about your kids. I sat there and I talked to you. Dude, I could have fucking tased you right there, and I didn't do that because I saw deep down inside that you were hurting and that I wanted to help you. Right now, all I'm trying to do is help your daughter. I want to bring her home, and I can't do that without your help. Dude.
I wonder, why was he at the hospital, Brooks? Do you know?
Oh, poor little tender guy. He had a panic attack, Susan. After Manchester police followed him to the bar and him getting cigarettes and everything, he had a panic attack. Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
Poor little tender guy. You know, he has a heavy flow.
I wonder how many panic attacks Harmony had when his ass was coming after her with his fist.
And much like Nick and like Fat Neck we talked about yesterday, they love to complain about the treatment they have had from the authorities. They treat you that way because you're not cooperating. He even told him, because he was swinging at him and everything. He said, I could have tased you right there, but I didn't because I could tell you were hurting.
Man, for his fix.
Yeah. He's got a heavy flow, Susan. Bad cramps. Wide set vagina.
No.
Dude, I can't do that without your help. Help, hey, can you look at me? Help me, please. That's all I'm asking for. I can't sleep until I know that she's okay. And I know that you know where she is or what happened to her, but I can't do it without your help. And if you don't want to look like this fucking animal, because I don't think you are. Not that I don't think you are, I know you aren't. But I can only do so much for you, man. I know. I'm begging you to help me. Because as much as you're hurting inside, I'm also hurting inside. And I don't know how you can sleep at night because I'm sure it's eating the shit out of you. Am I wrong?
No, see, me and bias. I know I'm not fucking seeing my wife, I'm not seeing my kids. You guys are just playing games like this.
Dude, but I'm not trying to play games.
Can't see my wife or kids. You've been living in the car with another woman who, by the way, is dead now.
Yeah. That's how much he cares about his wife and his kids.
You got that right. And thank you so much, Miss Melody, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Prayer Garden of America said, hello, everyone. God bless and much love. Glad you're here, Prayer Garden. You should cover this case, Prayer Garden, because I'm telling you, these people will eat your lunch. They make you so mad.
Like telling my wife and kids that I'm not allowed to see my wife and kids.
But dude, that was a mistake from some court paperwork that hadn't been updated. So like I said, I apologize for that.
But it was updated. DCYF told them.
No. This was some like DV paperwork I'm talking about.
But I'm talking about DCYF already told us multiple times that there was no contact order.
Maybe through DCYF. It could have been.
They're not the law, dipshit.
Yeah.
They can't file charges. They can only make recommendations. That's it. They can tell you whatever. They can say unfounded. It's closed. If the police pick it up, then your goose is cooked. They're not the law. They can't put you in jail.
Went through DCYF. So let's fucking forget about it. You've seen your wife and kids over the last how many days, right?
I haven't seen them in the last. I haven't seen my kids in the last 2 days, 3 days.
Okay. You're always going to be their father. Declan, Seamus, and then Sierra, right? Kiera. And then there's Harmony.
I got nothing else to say.
Nothing else to say when it comes to Harmony. Piece of shit.
Yeah, he's got nothing else to say.
No. He's so freaking nasty.
Mm-hmm. I got nothing else to say to you guys. But it's always poor me, poor me, poor me. Like we heard on the show yesterday when Nick kept saying, and I can't believe people keep showing up to the house. Those aren't people. It's law enforcement.
Yeah.
They're looking for evidence to solve a crime. Connie said, is he the father of Jameson? I think he was. No, he is not. No, he's not. Mm-mm. No. Oh, Crystal, Methy Mouse, she's a revolving door. Yeah.
She gets around.
Yeah. Her uterus gets more traffic than a Burger King bathroom.
That's it, guys.
Hey, can you make me a promise? Like man to man? Can you tell me that she's alive?
You're gonna play the same word games that you played with me the other
No,
day.
it's not word games.
I got nothing else.
Because we care, man. We want to know.
This isn't gonna go anywhere. Like this isn't gonna stop. So
No, no, it's not.
So either get on the bus now or get run over.
I got nothing else to say.
Beep, beep, beep.
Either get on the bus now or get run over.
Nasty.
Get on the bus now or get run over.
I'd like to run over him.
And he puts his head down. I've got nothing else to say. And he wants a lawyer.
Yeah. He's got all the rights. I'd like to know where the hell Harmony's rights were.
And isn't that the damnedest thing?
Yeah. It's not lost on me.
Mm-hmm. The last time we heard from Teardrop is when he spoke to the judge over his weapons charges. And she stacked them on. He will probably never see the light of day just from that alone. But he addressed the, shall I say, situation with Harmony.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very upsetting. He won't speak to investigators, won't speak to the FBI, won't speak to the U.S. Marshals, but he addresses the judge.
And the prosecutor.
And the prosecutor, yeah.
Jamie, Jen, it was quite a shock. Adam has appeared in court countless times, but this is the first time that he's addressed these murder allegations himself. He told the judge that he loves his daughter and insists that he did not kill Harmony. Montgomery was arrested and charged with his daughter Harmony's murder this past October, nearly 3 years after investigators believe the little girl was killed. Montgomery is facing 4 charges: second-degree murder for recklessly causing the death of Harmony, falsifying physical evidence for altering, destroying, concealing, or removing Harmony's body, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with a witness or informant. Montgomery was in court today for a separate weapons case and asked the judge to only consider those charges as she weighed his sentence. Harmony's body has never been found, and police are hoping news of this sentence may compel people with information to come forward.
And look at Methy Mouse there in court.
Does my hair look all right? I'm going to have my 5 minutes of fame in front of the cameras.
Yeah. Does my nose ring look like a booger? Or does it look like proper jewelry?
Nasty.
And I'm really tired of these people going on camera with their roots not done. You want to be a blonde, be a blonde. I don't care. But when we see the back of your head, have your shit done.
Yeah.
Forward.
The only consideration that I ask of you this morning is for you not to consider anything as it relates to the case regarding my daughter Harmony. I did not kill my daughter Harmony, and I look forward to my upcoming trial to refute those offensive claims.
I'm still convinced that there are people out there that know more about
those offensive claims, Susan.
Offensive. He's offensive.
I'm offended. Are you offended, Susan?
I am. With him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's offended. He had a panic attack. They woke him up when he was sleeping in the car. He had on his best Coors t-shirt.
Law enforcement has some nerve.
Don't they, though? They're only looking for a little girl, but he's offended.
He can't
the
bother to
whereabouts of
let you
Harmony.
know.
And I encourage you to contact the Manchester Police Department.
And jury selection for the Harmony trial is scheduled for October.
Well, I don't know if they're still going to continue the jury selection in October. That I do not know. But we do know that the trial has been moved to February because his public defender got a new job.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to touch this case with a 10-foot pole.
Mm-hmm. No, me either. Absolutely disgusting people.
All of them.
Absolutely sick. I can't figure them out.
Oh, I can. I can see it. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it benefits them, they're not saying nothing.
Nope. Nope. Can't say anything. I couldn't believe when they woke him up out of that car, him and Kelsey Smalls, who, by the way, is dead now because she overdosed in a motel room, not hotel room, motel room.
Yeah.
Anything that Teardrop and his crew come around could mess up a crowbar. I don't know how they do it. Let's take a second to remember. Let's take a second to remember Harmony. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Wiz said, I still wonder who took Kelsey the drugs. Rumor is stepmother. They were friends.
Yeah. Bad things happen.
Uh-huh. Horrible. Sweet little face, sweet little glasses, personality, sweet little voice.
A little crooked grin.
Yep. It is absolutely horrific. Horrific. Wiz said she's ugly crying in the bathroom. Yeah.
I don't blame her. I'm trying not to throw up.
I know. That's the reason we don't do this show very often, because it is so upsetting. I mean, it is so upsetting.
Justice is coming.
Well, guys, this has been another great show. Hugs to you all. Love to you all, because this case really, really hits me in the gut. Hit Susan in the gut. The first time that I told her about it, actually, I think you told me about the case, Susan, because you know I'm the last to know everything.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter who told who.
I don't know. I had a few winks since then. It has just upset me to no end. But this is how law enforcement should react when a child is missing. This is how a governor should react when a child is missing. This is how an attorney general should act when a child is missing.
Absolutely. Because every kid's important.
They absolutely are. Now then, before I go, if you have watched the news this morning, what has been going on in Israel is beyond concerning. So I would like to have a moment of silence for the deaths that have occurred since this invasion and what happened overnight. Just a silent prayer. Again, I appreciate all of you being here. Thank you for that moment of silence. I can't speak for other channels, but I do speak for myself and my family. We do stand with Israel.
Yes.
And our friend Sonia, she's Jewish. I called her on Saturday when I heard the news, and it's absolutely horrific. If you go to your place of worship and you are Jewish, I want you to be extra, extra careful.
Yeah.
Extra careful. We love you, Sonia. OJ, stop. You're not Jewish. He always wants attention.
Of course he does. He's a cat.
But this is horrible, and it's only going to get worse. As for the case with Harmony, we are going to continue to follow this case, update you guys, and go through it, because I believe it's very important. Harmony is still missing. Again, hats off to law enforcement, the way they have handled this. They were 2 years behind the ball, not because of them, because no one told them that she was missing. They got right on it, started locking them up. I think there's some other law enforcement that should take a page from the book. Don't you think, Susan?
Absolutely.
100%. I want to say again, hats off to my friend Susan and your friend. You guys know her as Just Me around here. You're an amazing friend, Susan, and we go back a long time, do we not?
We do. It's been quite a few years.
It's been an amazing adventure we have been on. But I love your heart, I love your compassion, and your common sense.
Well, I love you too.
And
I'm going to get out of here and go have me an ugly cry myself.
All right, let's all go have an ugly cry, and I will see you back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. I haven't broke the news to Sonia yet, or to Susan, but tomorrow we are going to be talking about the case. We have some updates on the case of Lacey Fletcher. She is the girl that died in the couch. I say girl, she was 36 years old. It's another one to get through, but I know as friends, we can do it together.
I won't eat before the show then.
Yeah, just do not eat before the show.
Yeah.
Sarah said she died in the what? You'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, it's gross.
And I'll try to keep the show short because it's a lot to go through. So we'll do our best. As friends, we can do it. So you all are the best. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the gift of memberships. Thank you for your donation to the channel. Thank you, Mod Squad, for always keeping it real, keeping it cool. Again, thank you to our friend Susan and to all of you. So if I don't see you in Discord, one of the Facebook groups, or OJ doesn't drunk dial one of you today, I'll see you back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Same time, same place. You all are the best.
Bye, everyone.
We're out.